Yeah, fresh blueberries are in that. And
fresh blueberries. You can see them right in there.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
So.
Wow. You are representing Tonkawa very, very well. That is delicious. What's up, party people? We are in Tonkawa, Oklahoma, where we have this legendary historic restaurant called Mary's Grill. Diner style food, but on an elevated level. Let's go check it out. Hey Brandy, good morning.
Hey Terrell, I picked out our favorite breakfast item for you.
That?
It's a smothered chicken fry.
My Lord.
I hope you're hungry.
It's a smothered 5 pounds is what that is. This thing is huge.
Yes.
So what's all on this thing?
You're gonna have hash browns, a chicken fried steak, smothered with gravy, crispy bacon, and an egg.
Just this bite alone is gonna be, I don't know, a couple of pounds here. That is so good. And then they have gravy on it. But guys, look at this. That is absolutely huge. All right, I need to get some bacon and eggs on here so I can feel like I've had breakfast. Nice runny yolk in there. How long have you been working here for?
6 years.
6 years?
Yes.
So you know a little bit about the place.
A little bit.
Do you say that there are a lot of regulars that come in here?
Yes, absolutely. We have several regulars that come in daily.
That is so good. So I hear that the owners are next door and they have a little coffee shop next door, is that right?
Yes, the baker.
Awesome. What is your favorite thing about the bakery? What's your favorite item on that menu?
The cinnamon rolls.
The cinnamon rolls?
Yes.
I'm gonna go try a cinnamon roll. And thank you so much for breakfast. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
So I'm back with Carol and she had a little surprise for me. She had this place over here called the Baker's Table, and I come over here and all of these amazing goodies are on the table. We even got a caramel macchiato.
Yes, one of our guest favorites.
I'm sure. Please tell me about what we have over here now.
So we have some in-house favorites. Obviously, the cinnamon roll. It's just a classic. Yeah, we have a hard time doing small, and it just runs through and through. You know, you've also got our lemon blueberry, of course, a good old-fashioned chocolate chip cookie, and then our double chocolate chip cookie.
Nice.
Which we make all of our cookie dough in-house.
Really, all from scratch.
All from scratch.
Nice.
So we know what's in it, and we know what's not in it, which is really
This is nothing that you're just slapping onto a pan. You're touching everything. Every ingredient that comes in here, you're touching.
So we don't have any added preservatives or unwanted ingredients to keep it, you know, fresh or whatever. We make our own breads, sourdough, wheat, white, in-house. And so we have a lot going on when it comes to flours and breads and doughs. But we want to meet the gluten-free needs, because that's one of the first questions I'll get asked. Do you have anything gluten-free? And we want to be cautious to those patrons. And so we bring in certified gluten-free brownie and a certified gluten-free chocolate cupcake. Wow. And it's nice because it's a good quality gluten-free. You get to enjoy it. It doesn't taste like it's gluten-free.
Right.
This building sat dilapidated for, goodness, 15 years. I wanted more baking space for Mary's. And so my thought when I first took Mary's over was to buy it and, of course, knock a hole in the wall, make a bigger kitchen. And that was the original plan, to have a meeting room. But then COVID hit. And so
you had some time to think and reevaluate.
Well, it's like the banquet space went away. My big groups, you know, we used to have tour buses coming through and just stopping and all that. Well, that all went away. And so then it's like, well, what goes with bakery stuff? What goes with the cinnamon roll? Well, coffee.
Coffee, of course.
And of course, my husband, I love him to death, thought I was crazy because I don't drink coffee. And so
you don't drink coffee, but it was your idea to have a coffee shop. And I mean, you've done it pretty well. This looks absolutely amazing.
We take everything serious. And
what kind of coffee beans are you using in this? I mean, this isn't your major chain coffee.
No, it's not. we actually have a local roaster out of Oklahoma City.
Really?
Yes. And so I started down this road. It's like I wanted something fresh. It's not a chain, and it's not been sitting on the shelf for 6 months.
Right.
It's as fresh as you're going to get.
Nice.
And so I didn't know you could make a bad cup of coffee.
Right.
So I started figuring out about coffee. And so
you learned a little bit about coffee.
Yeah, and it pairs well with the bakery items, and we make our homemade pies and stuff for Mary's. All the desserts at Mary's are made in-house.
It's not every day that you're able to find a scratch kitchen in such a small town like this. It seems like you guys really, really enjoy doing this farm-to-table type of concept and having elevated dining in a small town like this. I can really appreciate that.
Yeah, well, and that's it. I mean,
and you've done it in 2 locations for 2 different concepts.
Yes, I grew up cooking with my grandma, and that's just kind of, it's always been from scratch.
Tell me, what should I try first?
Well, I think you'll be very surprised at the lemon blueberry.
Okay.
But I mean, if you want to go in hard for the sweet, there's your cinnamon rolls. So, but I suggest you let me warm that cinnamon roll up, because that just takes it over the top.
I'll start off with the lemon blueberry and break off a little piece here.
Yeah, fresh blueberries are in that. And
fresh blueberries, you can see them right in there.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
So.
Wow. You are representing Tonkawa very, very well. That is delicious. And like, you can taste the difference in the ingredients. This isn't something that you can go to your local grocery store and get. Yeah. It's homemade. And more importantly, you can tell it's made with love.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
It's made with love. I want to go back over to Mary's. I want to try some more of the food that we have over there. Okay. Let's try some of the dinner options. What do you say?
That sounds great.
Awesome, let's go.
Okay.
So I'm back with George and Carol, the owners of Mary's Grill. Thank you all so much for having us and for letting me sit down and have some of this amazing food that's in front of me. What do we have here?
We have Carol's favorite, which is going to be our grilled tidbits with some spinach, onions, and bell peppers.
Nice.
Paired with our vegetable medley, which changes from different seasons of the year.
Very nice.
It's a healthy option.
Looks very healthy. Look at that. Very healthy dish, for sure.
If you go unhealthy, some pair a homemade Mary's dinner roll with it.
I saw some of those and they looked fantastic. And then what is this? Looks like we got some catfish here.
Yep, that's Mary's catfish with our homemade tartar sauce and our homemade mac and cheese.
That is one heap of
And then, of course, we hand cut our fries in-house. And so you got fresh made fries.
Very nice. Very nice. That's the only way to do it. I'm going to try some of this, but I want you all to tell me in the meantime, how did you get to owning Mary's Grill? Tell me that story.
It wasn't the plan.
No?
Born and raised in Tonkawa, and Mary Ditmore started Mary's back in 1955. And her family had it through 2008.
Wow.
Yes, grew up eating in Mary's, and just the home cooking back then was just amazing. And so this had been a Mexican restaurant, a barbecue restaurant, and both had closed. My dad he's very community driven, put it that way. It was opened back up by a couple, and it was just overwhelming for them.
Right.
And so then he's like, Carol, why don't you go run a restaurant? And just like literally handed it off to me, and so become my problem child, if you will. I come in and do a full revamp from front to back. But Mary's name was still out front and on the door, and I mean, from 2008 to 2016, it didn't matter what name was hung up. Everybody still called it Mary's.
They still called it Mary's.
And
still
so,
Mary's to the town.
are you going to change it? Like, no, I'm not, because it ain't going to matter. I'll still call it Mary's, even if I put Carol's name up there.
Right.
So
it sounds like you changed some of the aesthetics of the place. You modernized it. You really brought it up to speed. But you kept some of those same quality traditions that Mary had here many, many years ago.
What Mary was known for was her food. And I mean, we have the Mary's house dressing. That recipe's been in this building since '55.
Wow.
And the Ditmore family was so kind and gracious to let me keep that dressing recipe and put that back in the building so people can enjoy, because it's a really good dressing.
This is going to be a really good bite here.
Yes. And so I think it was 2017, my niece was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes, and it was kind of my first experience with dietary challenges because she's a teenager and she comes in and she's trying to sit down to figure out what to eat, and it just was overwhelming for her to spend. She felt like everybody was watching her, and she's having to take 30 minutes to kind of look at the menu, and so that kind of brought it full circle as to how important it is to
eat healthy.
Well, eat healthy and just have options to meet those.
And you guys are doing it good. I mean, I didn't know vegetables could taste this darn good. Like, this is really good.
Well, and that's because it goes back to the healthy side of we use clarified butter, so you don't find margarine in our kitchen. You don't find fake butter. We use true ingredients and the freshest ingredients we can get. Our goal is to meet everybody's needs.
Right.
I mean, you know, we're in a generation where kids are used to mom and dad hitting 3 drive-throughs to get at what everybody wants.
Right.
Well, that's what my mindset was. Well, instead of mom and dad having to go to 3 drive-thrus, let's bring them in, have a family meal.
Of course.
And everybody can get what they want. I mean, I have 5 French fries on my menu.
Wow. And the catfish, I have to tell you, it melted in my mouth. So, it was like butter. It melted right in my mouth. You know what I'm talking about, George? You know what I'm talking
That's
about.
That's one of my favorites.
George, how did you feel when Carol took over here at Mary's Grill?
Well, it was interesting when she called me and said, by the way, we are owners of a restaurant now. She's like, well, this happened today. And it's like, well, interesting. So we're a very busy couple, and we both had full-time jobs, and then got this, kind of thrown at us. And but she is a very talented, very multitasking person and personality, and
the right woman for the job.
Absolutely, and I had no doubts that this is the right woman to bring Mary's back to what it was in the heyday and bring the customers back, and she has done an absolute wonderful job with this.
And that's the thing, very strong Christians, and so I just do what the Lord, I feel like the Lord's leading me to do. And that's what, I couldn't do it without Him taking care and providing me with the people and the staff and my support team that does, help us bring it together, because you don't go to your hairdresser on a bad day.
Right.
So when it comes to cooking food and being in my kitchen, I want you to have fun in my kitchen. I want you, we've got to work together as a team, and that affects the food. That affects your success.
Absolutely.
It's more about just an employee. We are a family, and I treat my staff like family, and it's, be what Jesus would want me to be, shine that light.
Right.
And, I'm very blessed for the staff that I have and just what He puts in front of me to take care of.
Yes,
that's the end goal, is to lead everybody toward Jesus and let them see that light.
Well, let me tell you, you are preaching the gospel with this food that you all have here. It is. Your customers are blessed to be able to come here.
We get them all over. We are right off of I-35, and so we get, we're halfway between everywhere.
Right.
We have couples that meet from Wichita, Kansas to Tulsa. Here's the middle spot, and they'll meet for family gathering.
Oklahoma City.
Yeah.
This is a destination.
Texas to Kansas City.
People want to.
Yeah, they really do.
Visit.
We have it a lot.
We have a lot of people come off the highway because of Yelp ratings and such. And then once they come here once, it's like becomes their future destination.
Yeah.
Right.
And
come for the catfish. Come for the catfish, America. My goodness.
Wait till you taste the tartar sauce.
Thank you all so much for having me here and letting me taste all of this delicious food.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure I've put on a few pounds at this point, but it's happy weight. It's happy weight.
Yeah.
So thank you all so much for having me, and
I'm glad you guys stopped in.
Congratulations to you all. Absolutely. We'll be back. Thank you.
Thank you.
I have just had some of the best food that we've had in Oklahoma. It is absolutely amazing. The catfish melted in my mouth like butter. The coffee was brewed here locally, and just really some amazing people. They treat you like family when you come here. Come check them out. Mary's Grill in Tonkawa, Oklahoma. Get on out of here.